Folks, welcome back. I'm sorry if I scared you. I didn't really mean to yell that loud, but today we're going to look at this. You guys already know what this is by the thumbnail, but this is kind of an interesting product. This is CM model, and this was an exclusive box set. I know this is kind of like the week of the box sets. That's why I still have these set up in the background, because last video we looked at the 4GTs, but this was released for the Hobby Expo China this year, so back during that event. This was, I think it was released at the event, or maybe it was just announced at the event, because it went on pre-order and then they made a shitload of them. So I don't really think this is exclusive, but it is branded with the HEC logo. And I don't know what this Chinese text says on it. I don't read or speak Chinese, but yeah, so it has the McLaren Senna GTR, and it also has the McLaren P1 GTR in, I forget what this livery is called. I think it has a specific name, but it's a very popular livery for McLaren. The yellow and like the British racing green stripes, and both of these are based off real cars. In fact, I think they are legit the actual real cars that exist. So it's a really cool box set. You don't have to worry. This is licensed by McLaren. It's even got the official sticker, which is good. There's your information on the UPC if you want that. And then it's got some of CM socials on the back. This little card that comes, this little like piece of paper that comes with every CM. I think they have to have that there for like to distribute in China or something. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the plastic off. This has been sitting on my desk for like a good week now, and I've been itching to get into it. I almost decided to just open it before I recorded the video because I wanted to see them, but I refrained from doing that. So we can unbox this together, and we can all get enjoyment out of crumpling up this plastic. So okay, that's in the trash can. So this is there's a little thing that fell out if you want to pause, screenshot, and Google Translate that. But so this is it's a very thick box. I will say that. Let me move my razor blade so I don't slice my arm open. It's a very thick, heavy box, which I like. It's almost like for Diecast, it's almost like bespoke. And then you can see it kind of opens up like doors, and then it folds down, and then it's a mystery. So it's got this little thin layer of foam. You can almost see through it too. But yeah, here's the cars. They look really nice. So it's got a little foam piece separating them as well, which I think is good. Keeps them from rubbing against each other, getting scratched up. How do I take these out without... Oh my gosh. How do I take these out without... I guess I'm going to have to take the acrylic parts off first, and then grab them by the cars. I don't really like that, but I guess that works. So here's there's the P1. Here's the Senna. Ooh, okay. And I guess we'll just close that up and set it back there. Get the foam out of here. It's kind of a cool concept for like a little box set. But yeah, here's the two cars. And I personally think that they look really nice. So we don't get the Senna GTR in 1/64 scale very often, at least not from like higher detail brands. I know Mini GT's done the Senna, but not the Senna GTR. Maybe they will eventually, but we'll save that one. I want to look at the P1 first. So LCD and CM model have both made P1s in the past. Specifically, I think they have both made P1 GTRs. But this one's cool because I'll find a picture of it. As you can see on screen, this is based off of a real car, and it's really cool. And from what I've seen from pictures previously, it looks pretty accurate. I don't know if the 51 is accurate. You'll be seeing that right now in the picture, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good. But anyways, it's got this real nice glossy yellow color, and then it's got the green stripes going down it. I will say, I noticed this in another review that I watched. The green striping that's on it almost looks like it's decaled on, not tampo printed, or it might just be a separate layer of paint, but it's a different texture than the body of the car, and it's kind of weird. So it leads me to believe that these are probably decals for the stripes, which is weird. And I don't necessarily like that, but it does look good. So I can't knock them too much. But wheels are a nice glossy black. It looks like you have a center locking hub in there. You can't really see it too well, but there is a brake rotor and caliper behind the wheels on all these, which is nice little added detail. You've got the black on the door, the McLaren P1 GTR logo, and then the 51. And it's got a couple other little things written on it. You got Pirelli right there, Mobil 1 back there. Pretty simple livery, though. You've got, who's that? Chris Goodwin? Goodwin? I don't know who that is. It's got a little British flag next to it, though, so I'm sure it's somebody of importance in McLaren, in McLaren's company or legacy or whatever. But going to the front end, the headlights look really good. They are that classic McLaren shape, and they look pretty nice. You do have some nice grille details and vent details back behind, under the headlights and whatnot. You got some canards and splitters. Big front lip on the front that says McLaren P1 GTR on both sides. So that's pretty cool. You got Mobil 1 logos right next to the headlights. Got the 51 box right there. Some more venting in the these little hood channels, which looks pretty nice. You got McLaren P1 GTR on the windshield banner. The mirrors look kind of funky, but I'm sure that's probably pretty accurate. But the tops of them have a little bit of that green, and then they do have reflective stickers in them, which is nice. But yeah, other than that, it's got this little antenna on top, and that is going to be hard plastic, so that's why we're not going to be taking these off the bases. They are kind of fragile. You've got this little like vent right there where the engine would be, and like a little hatch, and then like some little tiny vents right here. There's no carbon fiber on this particular one, which I don't think the P1 has a lot of exposed carbon fiber on the body of the car. It might, but I don't think it does. But it looks really nice. The exhaust right there is like a gunmetal gray. The wing is pretty nicely done. You've got some rivets on the side with the number 51. The striping continues on it as well with that green. The taillights, I can't tell if they're painted or if they're acrylic. I think they're painted, but they look pretty good. And then you've got like some black details in there and like the rear diffuser and whatnot. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Definitely pretty good. Pretty well done by CM model for this. And it's a cool little thing to have. But I think the P1 is definitely not as good as the Senna. The Senna is amazing, and these wheels are like real loose too. This car feels like it's loose on the base. Well, I can tell you right now, this Senna does roll, because the wheels move very freely, and it's not like clamped onto the base, but the back wheels look like they're hanging too far down. I'm not sure. It's kind of interesting, but this one does have a lot more carbon fiber. So you can see that carbon fiber printing down on the side skirt right there, and it also runs across the entire length of the front lip. You can see you've got GTR down right there as well as Senna and Pirelli. This one also has the number 51 box. You got the McLaren logo right in the hood right there. Did the P1 have a McLaren logo? No, it doesn't. I wonder if that's an quality control issue, or I wonder if that's how the P1 is. But either way, the Senna has the little McLaren badge. You got nice venting up here in these air channels. Headlights look pretty good. These little lenses back here are actually acrylic, which is nice. Not a lot of companies sometimes just paint those in on these McLarens because they're really small. You got these really big, crazy yellow canards on the front of it, and looks like you have, if I can get it in the light, yeah, you have some venting right at the front of the car right there as well. That kind of angles up towards these hood vents. But yeah, the front end looks really good. Really nice carbon fiber work. The wheels are almost like a retro looking 5-spoke. It almost looks like the wheels that they used on like the McLaren F1, which is kind of interesting, but they're a nice gunmetal gray. Again, you can see the brake details behind there with the rotor and the caliper. It looks pretty good. You've got the British flag right there, powered by McLaren, GTR right there, and then you also have Ayrton Senna's signature on both sides of the car in none other than British Racing Green. Nice vents right here. I don't think there's any photo etched metal on these two models, which is something that CM has started doing more and more, but I think it looks fine without it. The mesh grills that they do look pretty good. It's pretty tightly knit together. So you got this little slider thing on the window. You got McLaren GTR on the windshield banner. It looks like you have some color on the interior of this one as well, but I can't really tell. It's hard to see. Yeah, so you have like what looks to be British racing green harnesses on the seats. And then there's something red down there. That might be like a fire extinguisher or something in the passenger seat. Can't tell. Or is that the driver's seat? No, it's the passenger seat. But on the roof right here, what is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, 24 hours Dumont. Yeah, I don't know. Sticker from that racing event. Is that so? Is Dumont's? Is that just Le Mans, or is that a different series? Is that just how it's said in? It's French. No, it's Italian, right? Is that how it's said in Italian? I don't know. Somebody tell me. But you've got this nice little scoop right above the engine hatch. This one does have a glass cover, and you can see it's a. I don't know if I got my fingerprints on it, but it's a little, it's like oily. Let me wipe that off real quick. Yeah, there's like some weird oils or something. So you can see you can kind of see down in the engine compartment. I can see like some carbon fiber detailing and stuff. The window's almost like tinted, so it's kind of hard to see. And then you have some really nice carbon fiber detailing in all these vents back here as well. The wing supports are carbon fiber, which looks really good. And then the back end, you have a bunch of carbon fiber, as well as the bottom of the wing. So that's really nice. Massive yellow rear diffuser on this one. You can see the McLaren lettering right there. The taillights on this one are just little straight lines that go across, and those are just going to be printed on or painted on. But you do have a little tow hook right there as well, which I think there was one. Yeah, there's one on the P1 as well at the front right there. But yeah, this McLaren Senna looks really nice. I don't think it's quite as good as the LCD Sennas that they've done. Those are insane. But this one, CM did a pretty good job on this. You can see the exhaust right there, the dual exhaust tips on the back. The one thing that I did notice about this as we were just looking over it is there is a really bad panel gap right there between the windshield and the roof. I don't know why that's like that. But yeah, see, like that's better. If I push it down, it kind of closes that gap, but that is a really big panel gap on this one. So that's kind of weird. It's not super noticeable unless you're zoomed in 2 times like we are right now, but nevertheless, that is a slight issue. But I think these 2 cars look really cool. I like the box that they came in. I think it's really unique when companies do stuff like this. And it's really cool to have both of these together in this livery. I don't know why the P1 sits farther back on the base. It's kind of weird. Like, why isn't it centered like the Senna? But yeah, it looks really nice. And I don't really have much more to say except that these are really cool. If you do want to pick this up, I recommend checking AliExpress. That way you can order them from sellers in China, and it should be cheaper than trying to find them on like eBay or something. But if you are looking to get this set, it's probably going to cost you about $50 or $60 USD, or your country's equivalent of that. So not the cheapest thing ever, but you do get 2 really high quality detailed cars, so it's not too bad. At least I don't think it's too bad, especially with this really cool thick box. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Unique models for sure. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of these 2 down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.